Hello everyone, it's Peter Schiff. This is Friday, March 26, 2010. I want to give everybody a quick update on where we are in the Schiff for Senate campaign and how everybody watching this video blog can help make Senator Peter Schiff a reality. First of all, there was a poll that came out, I think it was a week or two ago, and it did show some significant improvement in the polls for me, although I'm still in third place. I moved from 4% up to 9%. But I think that's pretty good considering the fact that none of my radio ads had run yet and my TV ads hadn't run yet and I hadn't done any mailings, but I still managed to more than double my support. I think the most interesting aspects of the polls was that while only 15% of the people actually heard of me, and these are registered voters, only 15% have heard of me, 60% of the people who heard of me were supporting me. That's how I got my 9%. That's pretty strong. I think more impressive was my favorables versus unfavorables in the Republican Party. 10 times as many Republicans had a favorable opinion of me as unfavorable. And that compares to about a 4-to-1 ratio for my two opponents. So it shows me that the more people hear my message, the more they like me. And I think the reason that only 60% of the Republicans who know about me or supporting me is because I think some of them feel that I'm too much of a long shot to win. So even though they have a favorable opinion of me, they might be backing one of my opponents. I think all of that is about to change. Some of you may know that about 2 weeks ago, I launched my first radio ad, and it's run for about 2 weeks consistently here in Connecticut. Starting on Monday, my first television ad is going to be up for another 2 weeks. And I have committed to a significant media buy between now and the convention, which is in late May. So I have about 2 months prior to the convention to really increase my poll numbers. And all of our internal polling shows that the more people know about me, the more likely they are to support me. So I think that this media campaign is going to be very effective. Now, I don't have to win by the convention. The actual primary is not until August. But I think if I can run my radio and my TV ads often enough between now and the convention, I think I can move my position from 9% to 25 to 30%, maybe better, by the time the convention comes. And that will show me running evenly with my other two opponents. And so people won't view me as the long shot candidate, as the candidate that they like, but who is probably not going to win. But the polls will show that I have just as good a chance of winning, if not better, than anybody else. And I think more importantly, I'll be the only candidate that has positive momentum going into the convention. Because if I'm going to get up from 9% to 25 or 30%, the only way that's going to happen is if my other opponents come down. Because there's only about 12% right now who claim to be undecided. So I'm going to win support from my other opponents, meaning their support has already peaked. And by the time the convention rolls around in May, I'm going to have a lot of momentum. I'm going to be the only candidate with momentum. Also, a lot of the town committees are voting here in Connecticut on who they want to endorse, and I think I'm going to win the endorsements of quite a few town committees, which is also going to go a long way to increasing my support. Now, also, I've recently produced about a 4.5-minute video, which is going to be up on my website, which we also will start to circulate. That's going to be in conjunction with my radio and TV ads that lets voters learn a lot more about me. Obviously, I can't afford to run a 4.5-minute commercial. We're running a 30-second commercial. Also, to let you know how the media is going to evolve, the commercials that we're running first and the radio ad is just one step in a process. We're going to gradually tell a story. We have a lot of footage, and we're going to have different ads that are going to be running over time. So we're starting off with this ad. I think I've got a lot of positive comments on it. Some people think maybe it's not bold enough. I think it's a great ad, but remember, we have to appeal to the average Connecticut voter. And we need to tell a story. We need to tell Connecticut who Peter Schiff is and why he should be the next senator. So we are going to tell a story over time by releasing these ads in sequence. Anyway, if you want to see the first ad, it's not up on the website yet, but I am favoriting it on this YouTube channel so you can see it. Also, that 4.5-minute video that we produced for the campaign should be up on the website by Monday, hopefully Tuesday at the latest. The radio ad, if you haven't heard the radio ad, that is already on YouTube, and it is on the Schiff for Senate campaign. But the most important thing going forward is to run these ads, both radio and TV, as often as possible. I want to be on TV consistently for the next 2 months. And that is where you can help. That is where the people who are watching this YouTube channel on a regular basis can really help. Because running ads is very expensive. The media time is expensive, particularly the TV buys. Also, we're going to be doing a rather aggressive direct mail campaign to complement the radio and TV buy. So I need to raise as much money as possible. I set out a goal in an email blast to raise $300,000 by the end of this year, or rather by the end of this quarter, by the end of March. That will bring my total raise for the campaign since day one to $2 million. I think that's a great milestone to hit, and I have pledged that every penny that we receive in contributions will go to the radio and TV buy. So the more money that I can get from my supporters, the more we can run this ad, the more votes we're going to get, the more people in Connecticut are going to know who Peter Schiff is. But there are other reasons why I really want to raise this $300,000 before the end of March, because this is the end of the quarter. And when we report our fundraising totals, and it's going to get a lot of media coverage, I want to show that we have a lot of support and that we raised a lot of money from a lot of people during the quarter. But more importantly, this is the last full fundraising quarter prior to the May convention. So I want to be able to show delegates that not only do I have poll support, which I will have, I'm sure, by the time the convention runs around because my ads will have been running, but I want to show that I can finance this campaign. Because one of my opponents is a self-funder with lots of money, multiple millions of dollars to commit to this campaign, and that is a very powerful inducement for delegates to support her because, after all, she can afford to mount a very effective campaign. I want to show Connecticut delegates that even though I don't have that much money personally, that I can still mount a very well-funded campaign because, in addition to my own resources, I have ample resources coming in from supporters around the country who believe in freedom, who believe in liberty, who believe in the Constitution, and who believe in me and what I stand for. So I think to the extent that we can really raise a lot of money, that will go a long way to convincing the delegates that I have the support and that we can win. So I would ask everybody who's watching this video to donate to Schiff for Senate. Go to my website, schiffforsenate.com, and contribute online. Certainly, I think it's best to make an online contribution now rather than a check because we'll get more money in quicker before the deadline. If you've already donated, I really appreciate your donations in the past. See if you can donate some more, whatever you can do. If everybody who's already donated just donates another 25 bucks or 50 bucks, that'd be fantastic because we have a lot of donors. If you haven't donated already, you know, what are you waiting for? Now is when we need the support, not later. I think if I can raise a lot of money now, if I get ahead in the polls, if I get the Republican nomination, I'm going to get money from more traditional sources. I think there are a lot of people out there, a lot of groups, even some of the establishment in the Republican Party would back my campaign if they actually believed in it, if they actually thought I had a chance of winning. Well, you know what? I think I have a good chance of winning, and I think I can show people in the Republican Party that I can win if my poll numbers pick up. Everybody has been dismissing me because I'm low in the polls. That's all going to change. Radio, TV, print is going to change that, and I think we're timing it perfectly. I think I can, come from behind into the convention with a lot of momentum, but I need your support. I need everybody to donate. As I said, if you've donated before, donate again. If you haven't donated, what are you waiting for? Now's the time to do it. If you really support this cause, if you support what I'm saying, and you'd like to see me in the U.S. Senate, it takes more than words. It takes action. It takes donations. It takes putting everybody's money where my mouth is at this point, and I will say what we all know needs to be said, not only in this race, but in Congress when I become a United States Senator. So thanks everybody again for your support in advance. Hopefully watch that ticker, the donation ticker on the Schiff for Senate website. I'm going to be watching it. We have until the 31st of March. Let's see if we can bring that total up above the 2 million donation mark, and let's really hit the airwaves. Let's bombard Connecticut voters with Peter Schiff for Senate, television and radio ads, and direct mail. Anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. I will be back again blogging next week. Take care.